Today we're cooking up yakitori, that's chicken and leek skewers with a teriyaki sauce, and we're going to show you how to make Japanese 7-spice.
So Ben's just got back from Japan and he reckons that we can make this pretty damn authentically. Let's see.
So before we get to the yakitori itself, we're going to make an incredible Japanese 7-spice seasoning.
Yep.
This is phenomenal. You often find it on the tables in a lot of restaurants, and it's there, and it's this blend. It's kind of orangey reddy in colour. It needs orange and ginger, which we're going to dry out in the oven.
That's 2.
And then blend up with sesame,
3,
black and white,
4,
some chilli, salt and pepper.
7.
So first up, the orange, peel it, and the ginger we're just going to slice into thin slices. Lay it on a baking tray and then we'll dry it out. So with the ginger and the orange scattered on a tray, it's going to go into an oven we preheated at 150 degrees Celsius, and it needs about 15, 20, 25 minutes. It depends on how juicy your orange is, but basically you want it to dry out without burning. After that amount of time, it looks something like this.
What does the drying out actually do to it?
Well, we want to make a dry spice blend that you can keep in the cupboard for a while or on the table without it going off. Next thing we want to do is toast off sesame seeds, so that's the white sesame and the black sesame in a pan over a medium heat. Keep them moving so that you toast them evenly. And the chilli, I'm just going to cut up into chunks, but I'm going to de-seed. So then we want to basically grind them all up into one spice blend. So we can place all of our orange and ginger in there.
The smells from this already are incredible.
So good. It's seasoning, so salt is one of those seasonings. Traditionally, it would be a Japanese pepper. We haven't got access to that, so we're using paprika, so I guess more of a Spanish pepper, but it gives a very similar kind of flavour. It's not a hot pepper. Right. The heat comes from a little bit of the chilli, and then once those are toasted, you see nice golden colour around the edges.
It smells like popcorn.
It has that kind of nutty aroma, and then we're going to grind the whole thing up in a spice grinder. Of course, you could use a pestle and mortar if you prefer, and what you're left with is an amazing spice blend. So that's the spice blend done. We're now going to do 2 things simultaneously. 1, cook our rice. So jasmine rice, you might want to wash this, but to be honest with you, you can get away without. So the rice is going in, and whatever volume you use of rice, or weight, 1.5 of cold water. That's 200 grams with 300 ml of water. Add it in with a pinch of salt, put a lid on it, and then heat it to a very gentle simmer. Bubble it away for about 8 to 10 minutes, then take it off and leave it to cook and steam in the residual heat with the lid still on. So the key here is you don't want to let any of the steam out. Okay, so occasionally you can swill the pan, but don't lift the lid because all of that water will come out, and that's when your rice will be too dry to the ratio of rice to water, and that's when it could.
Don't be tempted. I know it's tempting.
At the same time, we're going to make our amazing sauce, which is mirin, rice wine vinegar, soy, and sugar. If you want all the weights and measurements, check out Sorted Food. The link is down below. They are all going to go into a pan, be boiled and reduced down to a sticky syrup.
So essentially we're making a teriyaki sauce.
I guess that's kind of what it is. So it is the balance of sugar and rice wine vinegar and the salty soy. We're also going to put the fragrance of orange in there. So the orange we peeled earlier, all of that juice can go in. And next up, the yakitori itself. So essentially, we're going to do skewers of chicken and Welsh onions.
Welsh onions.
That was the direct translation I saw a lot in Japan, and we wondered what it was at first on the menu, and then we're like, oh, it's a leek, obviously. So they use leeks quite a bit, and we're going to use exactly that.
No idea.
So if you take chicken thighs, all we want to do is cut them into pieces, each thigh maybe into 3, so you end up with 3 roughly equal pieces from each chicken thigh. And then the leeks, all we're going to do is take the top off and cut them into chunks. And next up, a metal skewer or bamboo skewers if they have been soaked. Then you can basically alternate leek and chicken. So if you've cut the leek in half, you want to go right the way through the middle to make sure that all those layers are going to stay intact. And then the chicken, find the nicest side, fold it over, and then skewer right through. One other thing I learned in Japan was when they cook so much of their food, the seasoning is so simple. Less is more. So for this, a little bit of oil, and then we're going to season it with almost like a homemade MSG. It's like salt, and then you put it in and it enhances all the other flavours. Right. Except salt also has its own flavour, salty.
Gotcha.
Umami and MSG and things like that, they do the same thing. They bring out the other flavours, but they don't have their own flavour.
Oh, so it's the artificial MSG that's the bad one?
Yes. What we're going to try and do is recreate one by equal quantities of salt, garlic powder, and white pepper. They are then going to go under a grill for 8 to 10 minutes. If you are cooking outside, put it over a char grill. You could do it on a cast iron pan, but it's a very, very delicious dish and well worth giving a go. The final thing to do is to drizzle that sauce, which has reduced right down over the chicken.
Oh, yes.
We'll serve the rest in a dip pot on the side. There it is. Yakitori, sorted.
That is beautiful.
The chicken's still succulent because it's literally just cooked through, the metal skewer helping.
Well, this is our attempt at making yakitori, but let us know what you would do differently.
If you want to give the recipe a go, as always, the full recipe and details available down below.